You know, recently on this channel, I've been talking a lot about movies or TV shows that I heard about but just never watched for some reason, or sometimes I go back and check out like old stuff I used to watch back in the day. But just like with Pretty Little Liars or Vampire Diaries or whatever, you know, there's a lot of recent shows that I just have never heard of and know nothing about. So this week, I want to take a look at one of these shows that apparently was relatively popular when it came out, but just like completely passed me by. The hit freeform teen drama, Switched at Birth. So let's check it out. Switched at Birth is about a girl named Bae. Bae, who discovers that she has AB type blood, but surprise, surprise, her parents have A and O blood, which means that genetically speaking, there's no way that's possible. And this revelation leads Bae to start asking a few questions.
Why do you think we see things differently all the time?
Well, you're a teenager. It's your job to disagree with me.
But we've always been different, really different.
I don't think that's true, baby.
Mom, we look nothing alike. Look at our hair. Look at our hands. Look at our bodies. Was I adopted or something?
Adopted? What, you think I would have picked you on purpose? Ha! But still, growing curiouser and curiouser, Bae has an idea to get her and her parents genetically tested. You know, cause like, why not? Like, what's the worst that could happen, right?
It is 99.9% certain that Bae is not related to you.
I knew it! All those times you told me, I'm your mom, do what I say. Liar! Guess what, lady I don't even know? Joke's on you. I guess that means I can stay up all night eating ice cream and watch Land Before Time. We then flash sideways to these parents' real daughter, who somehow looks like 12 years older than the other girl. Like, how do you even make that mistake at the hospital? Well, let's see here. One of these is the baby girl I just gave birth to, so, let's see here. Ah, yes, that's the one. So after all this shocking news, they all decide to meet up, and we learn the unfortunate truth about their real daughter, Daphne.
Daphne, this is Bae. Bae Daphne.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, that's right. She is a redhead. Now later, the two families meet up to have lunch together, and things get pretty awkward pretty quick. But as usual, leave it to old mom over here to save the day.
As a baby, she went a whole week eating nothing but carrots, orange poo.
Pfft, that's nothing. You ever tried eating a whole box of Fruit Loops? Well, you should, because it makes you feel like a unicorn. Now, as you can imagine, the girls are all feeling kind of weird about everything, because like finding out that your parents aren't your parents, like, you know, it's a lot to take in.
Oh, I was just gonna go check and see what you were up to, honey.
Bae, it's fine. They're just having fun. He's not trying to displace you.
No, I don't feel displaced. I have plans with Liam.
Bae, I know you know this, but you're still our daughter.
What, do you mean I gotta stay here with you? In this like kidnapping or something? Anyway, so Bae's dad takes Daphne home and realizes that the neighborhood she lives in, it's not really the best place. Okay, wait a second here. I understand the dogs, the trains, the helicopters, whatever, like that's fine. But why is there an ice cream truck in the middle of the night? I mean, I thought this was just a bad neighborhood, but I didn't realize you were living next to Jigsaw. After seeing this, both parents are pretty concerned about their sorta kinda daughter living there. And while this is all going on, their other kinda sorta daughter's having her own little, screw you, mom and dad, personal crisis.
Thank God you're down here already. What are you drinking?
Coffee, you want some?
What is in your nose?
It's a stud.
Wait a second, you're telling me you have a stud in your nose? Yeah, wanna see? Hey, baby girl. Determined to give Daphne what he deems to be a better life, Bae's dad sets up a tour of Bae's high school for Daphne, hoping to get her out of the death bubble, as he calls it. But as you can imagine, Bae's not really too excited about the whole thing, because she feels like her parents are just kind of abandoning her for their real daughter, you know? So she ends up getting in some trouble because, you know, she's too cool to follow the rules. But for whatever reason, she decides to call both her moms to the hospital, because like, hey, why not be twice as annoying, you know?
What were you thinking using a fake ID to buy beer? Were you trying to get arrested?
Yeah, I mean, come on, Bae. Who even made this for you? Cookie Monster? Wait, you just try to buy some smack on the corner of Sesame Street or something? And once again, everyone erupts into a big argument, and Bae slips out, doing who knows what with who knows who. After this, Daphne talks with her mom about maybe going to Bae's school after all, because mom, they got boys.
I need to talk to you. I took a tour of that hearing school where Bay goes. They really want me to go.
Absolutely not.
What?
You know what happens to deaf kids at hearing schools? They're outsiders.
Now, obviously, I have no idea what it's like to be deaf, but I can say that being a hearing kid at a hearing school sure didn't do me any favors, I'll tell you that right now. Now that night, Bay sneaks over to Daphne's house after realizing that, she's not really the only one feeling weird about everything that's going on, and maybe she should give her new not-sister a chance.
Can I ask you something?
Did you know? Growing up, did you ever feel different? Well, yeah. I'm deaf. And frankly, I have been through a hell of a lot worse than this.
Yeah, let me tell you, try being a ginger and look like a 35-year-old soccer mom at 15. Come on, universe, cut me some slack once in a while, you know what I'm saying? And in the end, Daphne and her family decide to move into Bay's parents' guest house so the two families can get to know each other and, sing Kumbaya and all that stuff.
What are you doing here?
Did you guys meet? Babe, this is Ty. It's like my big brother.
Not by blood, right?
No.
Not that really seems to matter much anymore, based on the videos I've heard about from a friend. A lot of teen dramas, or really any drama, I guess, they all have to have some kind of hook, right? Like, discovering you're actually a witch, or discovering you're supposed to fight witches, or, I don't know, discovering that creepy loner guys are your thing for some reason. And this is what drives the whole show, right? Because you can introduce new villains, new superpowers, new whatever. So, Switched at Birth went on for 5 seasons. But how? This premise would make a great movie, but it's so flimsy, I don't see how it could go on for 1 season, let alone 5. Now, I was curious, so I looked it up. And would you be surprised to find out that it just turns into a generic teen romance drama that starts pulling out random plot twists here and there that end up making less and less sense as the show goes on? Shocking, right? But hey, if you're interested, the whole show is on Netflix, so it's up to you, I guess. Hey guys, really quick, just want to give a big thank you to HUION for sending me their newest GT-191 version 2 model. I've been using it to make the last 4 videos or so, and it's actually been a really great experience. Now, this isn't actually sponsored by HUION, they just sent me the tablet and they wanted me to test it out and just kind of say what I thought about it. I gotta say, pretty impressed. It's just a quick rundown here. It comes with a 19-inch screen, 100% sRGB color gamut. The report rate is 266 PPS. The old model was 233 for reference. Has 8,192 levels of sensitivity with a battery-free pen, which is actually kind of standard right now, but it is good. It's certainly better than other things. The build is really solid. It comes with this stand that doesn't slide around, which is kind of an issue I had with my old tablet. I had to figure out how to make it work, In fact, because it's so much more responsive and built better, I guess. It actually took a few days for me to even get used to it because I had to forget all the muscle memory, workarounds that I kind of developed. Now, the best part about this tablet is it's only about $550, which compared to Cintiqs and Wacom stuff is a steal. Cause those things go upwards of $2,000 or $3,000, now and then I get messages from people who want to know what tablet I use or how should they get started or what's a good brand, whatever. And I gotta say, for my money, I don't think you can go wrong with HUION. So once again, thanks HUION for sending me the tablet. I really enjoy it. It's now my new standard tablet. I've replaced the old one I've been using all this time, so there you go. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. So just one thing I want to kind of talk about here with this video, and hopefully I don't need to say this, but just with, the way the internet is and the way everybody is nowadays, I feel like I kind of have to, With this show, one of the characters is deaf, and that's a big deal, especially in the first episode, is kind of learning that she's deaf, and then how do we deal with it, what's the thing, and there's a lot of questions about deaf culture and all that stuff. But anyway, so when I was approaching the jokes for this episode, this video, I was trying to do it from the perspective of Daphne herself. In the show, Daphne makes it very clear that she doesn't see her deafness as a disability, and she jokes about it a lot. So I kind of wanted to use that as the basis where from our perspective, deafness is this terrible disability, but from their perspective, it's just how they are. It's just they were born that way or they became that way as a baby, and so that's just who I am. And so they don't really see that as a problem. That's just their life, and so I tried to base the jokes off of that, where Daphne's yeah, I'm deaf, but can you believe I was born a redhead? Come on, I try to base it on that kind of humor. So, obviously I'm not trying to offend anyone or make light of anyone's situation, but I also don't want to, I wanted to acknowledge the deafness, but not use the deafness as the joke, if that makes sense. So hopefully it turned out okay. You know, I think it's pretty funny, but again, I'm not deaf, so there you go. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, ring that bell, turn on notifications, because sometimes, you know, YouTube does funny things nowadays. Follow me on Twitter. Let me know what's your favorite part, or if there's a TV show, movie you want me to do, or just say hi, you know, whatever. Follow my dog Charlie on Instagram, Charlie Meets Pumpkin. My wife posts there almost every single day, so you get some Charlie in your life. Like, I mean, why wouldn't you, right? And above all else, have a great day, everybody, and I'll see you all next time.